Hey, hi, Trevor. Oh,
Hey.
let's unmute him. Wait a minute. He's muted.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Hey, I'm Dana.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Everybody's coming in. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to come in. Tell us, everybody knows Kari.
Hello.
Yeah. So, Trevor, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah.
I am a case manager out at the Idaho State Correctional Center. We're a medium security men's facility, but I work out in our minimum security unit, which is kind of like a world of its own out here. And part of being, as far as our inmates, we call them residents, having them out here is it's supposed to be a good thing. It's supposed to be an incentive. So we're doing things out here that not so much doing on main side. And one of the things is the crochet class, and they're insane. And I've got so far, we've got quite a few guys that do know how to crochet and that are helping us out. But even the guys who just started, Kari, even some of the guys that just started, like with the first class, have already they're already making beanies.
Wow, nice.
That's
awesome. Yeah, they're really cool. It's a really cool program. I even have one of the things they made here for me. They gave me something, little sample. We're going to work on weaving in ends, but it's a little swatch.
Yeah.
I think we're definitely going to talk about weaving in ends next time. Hey, look, you guys, it's animated. It's so cool, though. What a special gift. So, yeah, these guys are so skilled, and I just feel so lucky to be involved. So that's what I've been doing, you guys. Dana is my pretty good friend. Trevor, she and I run the Pacific Northwest Yarny Social here in Boise. So it's a crochet. Yep, she has the shirt on. It's a
Nice.
crochet event. So we're building that up. And as a result, we become really good friends. So that's why I'm here. Dana's a superstar, you guys. So just the guest. And she's kind enough to let me come on today and talk about this program, and hoping that you guys will consider helping us out with some yarn donations. So we need yarn. Use the support. Yes.
So explain to us, Kari, what you have discovered as far as their yarn stash or the yarn that's available to these guys.
Yeah, well, Trevor, I'm sure will be able to elaborate a little bit more because he's in the real zone of the yarn, but it's a lot of like 4-weight, right, Trevor, and some baby yarn, but there's also been some donations that are older that not necessarily, maybe they can't be used as much because they do come unplied as yarn ages. Like we're talking about the 80s, you guys, like old yarn.
Yeah, kind of like disintegrating.
Yeah, so we're going to try to cycle out some of that stuff so that there's not as much frustration and get some good yarn in here for these guys. I've donated some already and some community members have, but man, they are crocheting up a storm.
It goes quickly.
They're going through it so fast. So that's what we're here for. I have set up a way to receive donations here locally, which sounds like is really the best way. That comes through me, and then Trevor and I can help distribute it and teach with it. And donate items to the community, right? You said they're doing.
Yeah, so they're working on they're making beanies, scarves, blankets, and right now I think we're going to be working with the nonprofit Project Linus. They donate blankets to kids, whether it's at the children's hospital or homeless shelter, different locations. So instead of me having to go out and find all the different locations to donate these items, I've contacted Project Linus, and they'll get all the donations and deliver them to the best, whoever needs it most. And their main thing is blankets, but I asked, and they could also use the beanies and the scarves that the guys are making.
So 4-weight yarn, 3-weight yarn, blanket yarn. We want yarn that's going to stand the test of time. So probably not as much stuff with wool, would you say, Trevor? More so acrylic and things like that?
Yeah, I don't, some of our more experienced guys might be okay working with the wool, but I know our newer guys will probably have a hard time. with
Yep,
that.
and it's not quite as versatile as the acrylic yarn is. That could be used for anything. So
Yeah, I'm trying
and
to.
Christine, yep, we will recap the program for sure.
This
But
was
look
one of
at,
the new guys who just started the class.
oh, way. Oh my gosh, look, you guys.
Look at that.
Here's a little blue
Even made a
one.
palm for it. Oh
Yeah.
my
Palm.
goodness.
Yeah, he came into my office and he's
Mhm.
like, I need a pair of scissors so I can cut this. And I'm like, I'm not allowed to have scissors in my office.
Mhm. Yeah, so good question, Deb. Yes, it will come to me. The address just dropped in Nightbot. It's also on the screen. I've opened a mailbox where I can go and receive these items. And when I bring them in, it's much easier to be received than if it were to be sent directly to this facility. So Trevor and I can help distribute it properly. Just send it to that address and we'll get it taken care of. So
One of our helpers, one of our experienced crocheters, did this in just a few days.
look at this, you guys. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So we're going through the yarn fast. Like you can see how many projects they're making.
It's bigger than me.
Isn't that cool? And these guys are so special. Yes, Christine, the facility is in Idaho. We're keeping some of the details private just for security reasons, but it is in Idaho.
We're one of the Idaho State prisons.
Yep. Yes, and the program kind of in a nutshell, I'll just kind of say a quick little blurb about it. I got in touch with Trevor because he asked for some donations locally, and I was in a unique position to help him out and teach some of these guys how to crochet. So we got in touch with each other and made a plan, and I now go out there once a week, maybe moving to twice a week to teach beginning crochet to residents there. So it's pretty exciting and they have just loved it. They're eating it up. There's over 20 plus people in the class.
I'm getting asked about a dozen times a day when the next class will be starting.
Yeah, well, that's great. I'm so glad. They're so nice, you guys. I know there may be some like hesitancy on stuff like this, but these guys are just so sweet and they're so kind and they're just wonderful people. Just like everyone, they just want to be cared about and cared for and treated like human beings. So crocheting gives them a chance to develop those skills and keep their minds busy.
And it sounds like they have a desire to contribute too.
Absolutely.
They do. That's what they're most excited about is being able to donate to the community, to kids in need. It makes them feel good. Obviously they made mistakes. That's why they're here. And they know that. And you know, the whole point of them being here is not yes, prison is their punishment, but it's about rehabilitation. 98% of Idaho inmates will get released back into the community, and it's about who are we releasing back? Who do you want as your neighbor?
Yep. Oh, Diana, thank you. Yeah. So yes, we do need hooks. Speak a little bit about, Trevor, what hooks you desire. What is allowed? What is okay to send?
So since we are in the minimum security unit, we do have more flexibility on what's allowed out here. A lot of the guys don't have hooks, and so I purchased. They do not like. They're using them, but they're not very big fans of the hooks I've purchased.
I could tell they were pretty vocal about that.
But I had to. I had to pay.
You
for
had to do what you had
pocket.
to do. Yeah,
so I couldn't get them hooks without buying them with my own money.
Right.
So I bought, and the only bulk hooks I could find that wasn't going to break me.
Break the
were
bank.
these
I know.
aluminum hooks. So I got these.
Those aren't bad, I think.
So I got these in a few different sizes.
With those.
They I don't know. They don't like how it's. They don't love it.
Yeah, they want a little variety, you guys. So, you know, acrylic hooks are great. Like this is an example of an acrylic hook. You know, something made like this. I don't know, would this type of a hook, the Susan Bates, be okay, do you think?
Yeah, those have been approved.
These are amazing, you guys. It's one of my favorite hooks. So there's a few guys that do like the inline hook style, if you can see how that's notched. I'm hoping to get some more of these.
Style. Yeah.
Yeah, because some of the guys need that little extra help. Like everyone's different, just like we are all different. We like different tools.
Well, they say those inlines are better for beginners. I started out with the boys, of course, the tapered.
These are also a great option, this type of hook with the ergonomic handle. So
even with the metal shaft, it's okay.
It is. It's not okay for the guys on main side in our medium, but since we're minimum, I'm able to get it. Our deputy warden has approved it.
So Clover Soft Touch, Clover Amours, the Yarnologies, the Dots.
Yes.
Those are all great hooks.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah, we're definitely in need of that. I have it pretty set on like stitch markers. Those I can get a hold of pretty inexpensively and readily. So I don't know about, that's not as much of a need as hooks and yarn for right now. Does everything have to be new, Diana D? No, it does not, but it's just good that it's in good condition. That's basically what we're asking, is that it's not, very, very old yarn that is not in good condition anymore. Yeah, because it's going to be made into something and donated. So loving how the guys are loving amigurumi. So anything you have that would be suitable for making animals.
Let me see.
They are loving animals, and anything to do with amigurumi, they're eating that up. So you'll see the address posted on the screen.
All right, this is another one of our new guys.
Look at how cute you guys. They are just so sweet.
They have a lot of time on their hands.
Yes, they do. They do.
So maybe they need some polyfill.
Yes.
Polyfill. Yes, great idea. Yep.
And
some of the old yarn, some of the old disintegrating yarn that we have, we're kind of using that as fill right now because we don't have fill.
Yep.
Well, what about like the few times I've done amigurumi? I've used one time I used the safety eyes, and one time I crocheted eyes on, which was a way better look.
Yeah.
But what is your policy on safety eyes?
They, again, out here, since it's a specialized unit, they are allowed to have safety eyes.
Okay.
Safety eyes would be great. Yes, please. Yeah. And with that address, I can receive orders directly from Joann's, Michael's, Premier.
Yeah, you could drop ship. Yeah, they can drop ship
it right to me. You don't have to send it from your own stash. If you'd prefer just to put in an order and donate that way, we would love that as well. So any way you can, we're just so grateful because these guys are really busy and they need more yarn than I can provide. So yeah, we're doing what we can, but we need your help. And we thought you guys are the sweetest ever. So we want to reach out and have some help. The program's going well though. I just love going out there and it brightens my whole week. It sounds like the guys really like it too. So yeah, I'm just so glad. This is one of the things that I'm probably going to teach next. I sent the pattern out to him already, but it's the Divine hat. I made my own, of course, but I'm going to teach them how to make this hat. It's pretty great. Got a few more on deck as well with different sizes, but our next goal is to get past the beginner's course and make sure everyone feels really confident with the basics and then go do like a make-along. So blankets, make-alongs. Make-alongs are a great chance for people to look forward to seeing me and us working on something together. So how often are the classes, Jennifer? Good question. They are once a week for now because I'm a volunteer. But I'm hoping to do twice a week. I just love my time out there. So weather permitting, we're hoping to bump it to maybe twice a week, as often as Trevor will have me, if he's not annoyed by me yet.
It's the other way around.
He might be regretting my answer there after a while. And this is a really high-tech facility, you guys. Like, don't think that we're, like hurting for facility amenities. Like, this is a beautiful conference room I get to teach in with an amazing like television. Trevor set it up so we can do little demonstrations. So they are in a very nice place to be able to learn and be with one another and make things together and form that community.
It does allow community for them as well, because the guys who are picking up on some of the crochet techniques a little faster than the others, they're helping each other out, and
they help each other. It's so
really
cool to see.
Really cool.
Yeah, they're so kind, like to me, to one another. It's been really great. So as often as I can go out, I will.
So I want to touch on the fact that, these guys don't have YouTube.
They do not. They do not have access to the internet. No
Right.
internet.
So how do you guys in the chat, how can you imagine how these guys, where they're going to get their resources? So yeah, they're depending on people like Kari and Trevor to help them.
Trevor's learning crochet too, you guys. So just rely right along with all the guys. Trevor's
so much
learning.
slower than my guys. My guys are coming and showing me all the stuff they're making. I'm like, you know what? You have a lot more time on your hands than I do.
Yeah, you have a lot more to do. Yeah.
I had 3 of the of our helpers, Kari, in here in my office yesterday trying to show me how to do a magic ring.
Oh, no way. Oh, that's funny.
And one of them was and they were showing me, I guess you showed one of them.
Yes.
Like the way that you do it.
The
and
little
the guy that made this blanket, so super experienced, like he hasn't seen your way. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna do it like that now.
Oh no, that's funny. Yeah, there's lots of ways to make a magic ring, but yeah, and I don't claim to know it all either. Like thankfully Dana gifted me a course to take because I've been teaching for a little while, but you forget things and you also like don't know how to go about this. Like you sit down and you go, should I start here or there? And that course really helped lay it out. I know she'll talk a little more about that in a minute, but I would recommend it to anyone. If you have a way of doing this in your community, see if you can link up with somebody like Trevor and help out in your own way. Take that course. It helped me know where to begin. So I've been following that kind of regime, that curriculum, and it's been great. I've been very grateful for it. So
yeah,
thank you,
I got her into the ACA instructors course, and she is now a certified ACA instructor, you guys.
Sure am.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm so official. And it's been great. It gives me a great like starting off point. I have the documents I can use. I don't have to make up my own documents, which is a huge time saver when you're busy and you need to get out there and you just want to be like with the guys and in the moment. You don't have to worry about, oh, I want to type up this whole thing. When you have the course documents, so great. And they're high quality course. So if anybody wants to more information, I'm sure that we'll get that out there.
We have a couple of questions in the chat.
Yes.
Okay, so
pattern books.
Books. What about books?
Yeah, tell me about books.
So books are good. We can take books. They have to be soft cover. We cannot have any hardcover books.
Paperbacks.
Paperback books.
Okay. What about cotton yarn for dishcloths and stuff?
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, cotton yarn, definitely, because we'll be doing the dishcloth.
The Peaches and Cream, the Sugar and Cream, that's great for kitchen stuff. The Lion Brand 24/7 is great for everything. The Dish Picks, the Knit Picks Dishy is excellent for everything. Clothing, slippers, kitchen, all of those things.
Yes, and another good couple options for like worsted weight yarn. I like the Big Twist Value Plus. That's been great. I've donated some of that already. White and black, always great colors to have on hand to fill in the gaps on a pattern. Those are awesome colors. Lion Brand, of course, makes their own pounder. Any of the pounders types of yarns. That gives us amazing amount of yardage for the money that is spent. So.
One of the great things about this class, especially right now during the holidays, as you can imagine, our inmates have a hard time during the holidays. They're away from their family. But being able to not only learn how to do this, it's giving them something to do. But like I said before, like being able to make things to donate, it's really giving them a purpose. And for us on the staff side, in order for them to be in this class, they have to have an approved hobby craft. And in order to have an approved hobby craft, they need to have good behavior. So it's also an incentive that even though it's more of a difficult time for them to really keep on with their good behavior, because if not, they won't be able to be in the class. And just really giving them, having them have that sense of purpose that really kind of helps with the depression that a lot of these guys fall under this time of year.
Yeah, you guys can only imagine how difficult it would be to not be around your family, see them, hug them for the holidays. So what we can do
And to
is give them
see
something.
the joy on their face when they make something,
Yeah.
even like the little swatch that Kari was showing.
Oh, geez. Yeah. This little guy.
It's pretty cool. They're so proud of
They're
themselves.
so proud of this. They were like, look, it's a gift for you. And I mean, this is only 2 classes in, you guys. I've not seen people get this far in a whole course of instruction. So they're not only motivated, but they've got a good attitude. I always say, come with an attitude to learn. And I've never had to reiterate that once because they're always so excited to just learn and be with each other and make stuff. So
one of our conversations, Kari, that stands out to me is we talk about how, people who have all the resources who are not in this situation, a lot of times don't appreciate,
Yes.
being taught something like this. All of us and some of our attempts at teaching crochet to a group have been less than rewarding. But this, listening to Kari, I'm just so enthused for her that, hey, Charlie, these guys are hungry for it.
They are.
They're hungry for the crochet is what it sounds like.
Yep. Yeah, they definitely are, for sure. What else have they made so far, Trevor, that you can tell us about? I love seeing all the stuff they make because I wasn't able to go out this last Wednesday, so we rescheduled to Monday. So I'll be going again on Monday.
Yeah, unfortunately, one of the downfalls of working in a prison is that sometimes we get put on lockdown and class has to get canceled.
Look at those! Oh my Even the palms! I love that they're doing it all.
I love the palms.
Yeah. Yes.
We got another palm on this one.
Right
on. Oh my gosh, how cute. Are they loving making all the beanies?
Look at those front post stitches on there.
Look at that one. Oh, yes.
Oh, man, I'm going to bring him up. There we go. Yes.
This is one of the guys that just started class.
Oh, really?
He's only been in a couple of the classes.
Stitches? They're doing like front post, back post stitches.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know.
One of them was in here and he's like, oh, I'm having a problem with the front post, and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Save it. Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. A couple of the guys were kind of going through and using a lot of the leftover, like kind of the random scraps of yarn
and
making things.
Oh my gosh, look.
Those kind of turn out to be my favorite.
They are. And front post stitches. Look at that.
I love the creativity they have. Oh, nice.
Look at that. That looks like the black yarn from
it does.
Red Heart. Yeah.
Yep. I love that stuff. Yeah, this is so cool. I love seeing that.
So lots of beanies. And they're right now I've got I know they're more beanies.
Look at those beanies. It's a beanie party. We're gonna have so many good beanies. We're gonna get into some cables, you guys. We're gonna get into making this divine hat a bit just to get them excited about patterns and reading a pattern and understanding a chart. And so they can tackle anything.
And my office is actually on the tier. So if I were to walk, like usually my door's open. I have it closed right now. They're all sliding.
Yeah.
But just looking out my window onto the tier, there's 2 guys sitting at a table and they're crocheting. One of them's working on a scarf and the other one's working on a blanket.
As we speak. Yes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love it.
Yeah, they're special. They're special people. Yeah, let's recap a little bit for Doris.
Yes,
Doris said she needs to watch the replay. So
and
Doris,
Charlie just came in too. So
yes. So for anyone that just came in, I'm Kari. This is Trevor. Trevor runs the program out there for inmates to learn crocheting. I joined him to help him teach. So he doesn't know how to crochet just yet, but he's learning. And Dana, of course, everybody knows Dana. So my role in all of this is to teach crochet to these residents and to have them get something to give them some hope. We are running low on supplies though, so that's where you guys come in to help us out. It can be ordered from a website. We need yarn, we need hooks. Sounds like books as well. Those rhyme. Yarn, hook, and books. And it can be sent to the address that is on your screen down here.
But all paperback. What about
Paperback
spiral
only.
bound? No
Spiral bound is fine.
Okay, but
Just no hard covers.
Okay.
But yeah, no, they're making everything they're making is going to be donated to the community.
Yeah, we're working together to get this program up and going. It sounds like it had a little bit of a start a long time ago, wasn't really catching on, and now it's off and running, and these guys are soaking it in. So this is a low security or minimum security part of this facility. So these guys are on their best behavior. It's been earned to be here, and they're just so
this is an
hopeful.
Incentive for them.
It's an incentive, yes. And I could see that as well. I mean, it's just so such a good feeling when you're in there, you know, everyone's really hopeful and excited, and I think it's a great place. So yes, please. So if you have the ability to donate, we would just so appreciate that. And if shipping is a concern, definitely reach out and we might be able to help you with that as well.
So
I know
yarn,
some people were considering.
I would think from a 3 weight on up, probably in acrylic and cotton.
Yep. And Adrienne had a question about color restrictions. Do you know of anything like that related to?
Karen has mentioned that about her local prison.
Mm-hmm.
We do not have color restrictions.
Okay.
Yeah, no color restrictions. So feel free to send what you like. Of course, it's going to pass through me. There's a reason for that, right? As well, an extra layer of security between the two of us. We're going to make sure things are all good to go and that everything's good. But it seems like it's pretty flexible. So I don't foresee an issue. But of course, we'll triple check before anything gets in there. And Trevor's so on it. Trevor's on it, you guys. Accidentally left a label on one of my donations that had my address on it, and he caught it. So Trevor's on it.
I tore it off and shredded it.
Yes, he's watching out for all of us. And I just feel so grateful to be a part of the program. So I go out once a week now, every Wednesday, but this week will be Monday. We had to reschedule. And that's the nature of it, you know, you got to be flexible. Some things happen. It's a facility after all.
Classes usually is scheduled on Wednesdays, and unfortunately this Wednesday, our entire facility went on lockdown.
Yeah.
So even though we're out here in our own minimum security unit, we're kind of we're literally separate from the main facility. We are still considered part of the prison. So when the main facility goes on lockdown, we have to go on lockdown as well, which means Kari was unable to get inside.
Yeah. No, I was not. And I get escorted everywhere, you guys. I'm in good hands. If anyone's worried, do not be I don't feel worried at all. There's no danger to me whatsoever. I don't feel concerned about that. So don't be concerned. I'm okay. I have a great time there. I want to go more often. So we're trying to work our schedule so that I can go twice a week, maybe. Sounds like I can come as much as I want. So these guys have got time.
The guys are hoping for Wednesdays and Fridays.
Okay, Wednesday and Friday. Got it. Oh, you guys. And especially leading up to the holidays, like Trevor was alluding to, it's a hard time for everyone, right? Especially people away from their families. And depression does run rampant in facilities like this. That's why we're trying to really keep the momentum and excitement going with more supplies so we can keep creating things to keep their minds busy and feeling hopeful. Hope is something that's so important in these situations.
And phase out some of those older yarns that are really
right on their last legs.
Yeah, they're
and is crazy. So unfortunately, not only in the facility, but even in this unit, we have a huge drug problem right now. And so the guys have it readily available, and they get to now, it's almost like they get to choose, do I want to go get high right now, or do I want to be able to stay in crochet? And they're choosing crochet over drugs.
Yeah.
So
it's really important. Yeah, it's really cool. I wish you guys could see more. We might be able to get some photos potentially of everyone at some point.
I will be able to take lots and lots of photos.
We want photos.
Next time we go live, we can share some of those things. We just can't right now, but like next time, I'm hopeful we can take some photos. You guys can meet and see everybody. And I'm telling you what, you guys, the helpers that he has given me, like, whoa, these guys are so skilled. I'm like blown away. What is it, 20 years one of the guys has been crocheting for? Like, blows my mind. The things they can create, and they like, it's like a flood. They're so cute. Like when I get there, they're like, whoa, look at this, look at this, look at that. Like, it's crazy. I'm like, oh, you guys, I just love it. I wish everyone could experience what I'm experiencing. It's really hopeful. And it's given me a lot of my own personal hope, because our family deals with things like addiction. And it's a little bit sad sometimes to think about things that might not be as hopeful, like people not recovering, and to see people that do recover and that are looking forward to the future is so hopeful to me personally. So it's been very healing for me as well. My hairband broke, sorry.
No,
I'm just doing my hair back. Yeah, I love that for my own. If I'm being completely selfish, I like it for that as well. I like to know there's hope still.
And, there's some people know a little bit about my backstory, but yeah, when you were saying they would rather crochet than do drugs, I'm a former drug user and been to jail. And now I drive truck and I crochet. It's just the two things I do. And I would much rather crochet than do any of that.
Yep. I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic as well. So I get where these guys are coming from.
That's important. Yeah. I don't have that direct experience, but it has hit our family, and I can see like both the destruction that it can cause and the like recovery that now I'm seeing in others. Like, it's a hopeful feeling to know people can recover. Absolutely. And with the help of programs like this, you can spread the word about something different. You can change your life by trying something new. And Trevor's the best. Like, literally, you guys, he is so kind and like has been great from day one. And he is like the go-to guy at this place. Everybody knows him. Everybody wants to talk to him. He's like the superstar of this unit. Everybody's like, hey. And he's like their friend, It's not the traditional thing you think of when you go there. Like, oh, this is my person controlling me, gonna tell me what to do. It's very collaborative. And it's a good feeling. It's what you would hope for in the system. I think that's what you guys are working for.
Robin brings up a good question. If you and Trevor, you were saying that some of these guys are crocheting right now as we speak. So
yes.
They get to crochet outside of class.
They do, which is why they need the approved hobbycraft in order to be able to have the crochet, the yarn and the hooks. They have to submit a hobbycraft request specifically for crochet that has to be approved. And which is in there, it can get taken away if any incident, they have to be on their best behavior in order to keep it. So everyone that's in the class that has an approved hobbycraft, and the security team is getting bombarded with hobbycraft applications.
Are they really? That's so funny. Yeah, I was wanting to give the guys one of my hooks that's like this, that after I let him borrow it during class, I'm like, oh, I wish I had, like, sometimes they'll have extra, and he wasn't approved just yet, but the very next time he was. So on Monday, I'm bringing an inline hook so that guy can, use it. And sometimes it takes a different tool. So we're in need of a variety of tools and books. And like, again, books cannot be hardcover. We're looking for acrylic yarn mostly, but if you've got some wool in your stash, we can work that in. Mostly acrylic though, because that's flexible, because these guys are donating everything that they make. So they can't keep anything that they make for themselves, right? They have to donate it all.
Yes, that one of the things with the hobbycraft, once the project is complete, they cannot keep it. So it has to be sent out. So I'm collecting everything that's being donated, and the guys, since they're being given the yarn that's been donated, I'm telling them that as long as they are making items that they're bringing to me to donate to the community, some of them right now are also making some gifts for their kids.
Yeah,
so being able to send something home to family is really cool.
That blanket that he's making for his daughter, the chart? Oh my gosh, one of the guys, so sweet. And I mean, he made his own chart, you guys. Like, we're talking some really smart folks in here. It's just incredible. Question from Christine: do they get to keep scissors or darning needles? What's the status on?
So
Scissors
darning
and
needles, yes, they can have darning needles. Scissors, no.
Yeah,
We keep the scissors locked up in the tool cage.
Yeah.
So they get to use the scissors like in class.
Yes.
But they can't.
Yep.
Okay, but those kinds of
That's right.
needles.
What about this? You know, this is a darning needle. It's
They can have the darning needles as long as it's that blunt tip.
Just a blunt tip. You know, I don't know if I'd say it's not, you know, like a needle you'd sew with, right? It's a traditional darning needle. Yeah. So yes on the darning needles, no on the scissors. We've got scissors covered, you know, and locked away and all that good stuff. They can of course have them because we need them during class. We need to cut yarn.
And you know, we have started just kind of doing a bunch of crochet alongs, like these hats are the ones that we're just doing now.
Aren't those so cool? This is mosaic crochet, Trevor, which I want to teach the guys. I was talking all about mosaic, and this is mosaic crochet. Isn't that
They're
fun?
all so excited, and I'm just like, oh.
Yes,
I'm learning much slower than they are.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great.
So,
it takes time.
You know, and the thing is, we're on Discord, which of course they're not able to join along. But I would like to coordinate, like our next crochet along is a cardigan. But, you know, the one after that, maybe we could do something where we're actually doing a make along with, you know, at the same time that your class is doing. So we'll come up with a project that we can all just kind of in spirit of being with them, we can all do that together, like, you know, starting mid to late January. We could do, they could know that they are part of a community that is making these things with them. And
tell them they're superstars now because they're on YouTube.
They are.
Everyone knows about them. They'll see them soon.
Yeah.
Amy had a question about, does everything need to come from a commercial source or can we send from stash? And I think you'd answer, yeah, stash is totally fine, but not yarn that's in poor condition. And that would be yarn that's coming unplied, or it's splitting, or it's, you know, disintegrating, or you guys know what good yarn is. So if it's something that you would use,
some yarn from like the 70s.
Yeah, exactly. Like the heart of the like giving is there, but it makes it something that people have to use for stuffing instead of like making a hat and blanket out of it. So just be sure that it's in a really good.
Which is still handy. We don't have stuffing, so they've been using the old bad yarn.
So they can use. They could use the polyfill and like Kari was just saying. So how do you feel about Red Heart? I'm like, you know.
Hey,
exactly, Robin. I love Red Heart.
No dead guy
yarn. 1975 Red Heart, but I love current, you know, Super Saver is great yarn. Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn. All the 1-pounders.
Yep, 1-pounders.
The Big Twist, all of that kind of stuff. The Premier, Everyday Worsted, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
No dead people's yarn.
No dead people's yarn. The address is in the chat. It's dropping occasionally, and that's where we're taking donations right now. It's easiest if it flows through me, and then I bring it to Trevor, and we can make sure it all flows the right way and gets right to the guys. That's direct access, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, that's just the best way, and it's easy for me.
You can go on like the Premier or whatever website and just drop ship it to Kari.
Yep, this is an address that can receive shipments directly from yarn companies, Joann's, Michael's, Premier, Ice Yarn, Hobby, etc., but also can receive shipments from you guys. So
Ice Yarn,
look at that. Ice Yarn is great. I don't think you've seen any of that, Trevor, probably donated just yet. It's not as common here in Idaho for people to buy it, but like, it's great. And sometimes people think the shipping is expensive, but when you get like the quantity that you need, the shipping really doesn't factor in.
When you take the total price with shipping and, you know, divide that up by how many yards is in it, you're paying less per yard for this, even with high shipping, than you are going over to Bi-Mart and buying some Red Heart. It's
and Wanda
cheaper.
said, Trevor, everyone learns at their own pace. It's not a race. So
yeah.
Like I said before, they have a lot more time on their hands than I do.
Yes. Yeah.
Trevor has a life after all. So tell us a little bit about how this got started, Trevor, in your own words. Like, how did you come up with this idea? What happened?
Well, I was one of the guys, one of our experienced crocheters, came in to show me. He made me a beanie, which I wish I was wearing it today, but I'm not. And I was like, man, I really wish I could make stuff like this. So I decided I was going to start watching some YouTube videos and try to teach myself to crochet. It did not go well. My first little project, which is my wooble, this took me like a month. Okay.
Whoa.
So my
Look at
first
that.
little wooble took me a month. And
Nice.
then our deputy warden really wanted some incentive programs out here in my unit. And then and a lot of our guys, especially right now in the winter, with the not being able to, like, they're not allowed to go outside if it's foggy, because it messes with the cameras that are out there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so they have a lot more time on their hands, and time on their hands, they tend to get in trouble. You know, like I said, the drugs are rampant right now, and they have everything's right there in their face. And I was like, well, I want to learn how to crochet. I'm like, I want these guys, you know, and I kind of started asking around, and there was a lot of interest. They're like, yeah, if there was a class, I want to take the class. So I reached out on a local Facebook group, first asking about donations, because I'm not going to start a class if I don't have, you know, the yarn that these guys are going to need to do it. And I had this overwhelming response to with yarn donations. Unfortunately, not so much with the hooks, and so I'm having to buy the hooks right now. But they're not they're preferred. The guys don't love the hooks that I've purchased, but they're aluminum hooks. But it's better than nothing. And so I started, and then, like Kari said, she reached out, and I got in contact with her, and just these guys are just every day. I'm getting concern forms. That's one of the main communication channels in here is the guys write concern forms to trying to get a hold of. So I'm like, I want to join the crochet class. I want to join the crochet class.
Oh my gosh, that's so great. That really makes me happy. Wow.
I've got a waiting list, and it's really good for them.
That's so good to hear. Yeah, and I did my own little like survey thingy just to see what people really wanted to learn. And they were so sweet. Like everyone said animals and like hats and kind of like, you know, hey, lay it on me. What do you have for me, like feedback wise, or what do you think of all of this? And they were just so like, hey, this is life changing for me. Like I'm having such a good time. So the response has been really, really encouraging. Nobody's been in a nasty mood. I know you all have probably taken a crochet class like Dana and I were mentioning earlier that in the regular, you know, community where you show up and there's always somebody that's like negative Nancy, you know, oh, this is hard.
Yes, they look forward to this all week long.
That's so cool. So I'm going to try to go out there, you know, a couple times a week. Of course, we both have like our own lives. Like he works there, but I don't. So it's like just so cool to go out there. And it is a drive for me, you know. It's definitely like about a 40 so odd minute drive for me to get out there, but it's so
we appreciate it.
Out there. I just love coming out. Like that doesn't even cross my mind when I get ready to head out. I'm just like, okay, do I have all my things? Like I'm just so excited. I can't send enough little like tips and goodies. Last week we learned the double crochet and some tips and tricks to make the edge look nice and even. And that's already being implemented in this little example that you see here. This is what one of the guys gave me. So yeah, I taught them how to do the stacked single swatches. We've got lots of swatches coming out of the class. And next week we're doing the single crochet and just wrapping up and seeing if anyone has trouble with anything so far. And then talking about, I think like the next lesson is going to be an actual project, like a little something more than just a swatch. So we're getting very close to that. But we are definitely kind of getting to the point where we're using supplies faster than they're being replenished. And we're just the two of us, you know, with our own funds. So
I did see another question about the hooks. We are the minimum security unit, so we do have more leniency out here. And our deputy warden is very supportive of the program, and I've pretty much gotten any type of hook approved.
Yeah, that's so great, you guys, because it didn't start out that way, right? Like, I mean, the more positive things we can do for the program, the more likely it is that there are more freedoms will be given, like anything, right? Like the more things that we can show that's going well, and that's encouraging, the more likely it is that we'll be able to obtain products that maybe weren't approved before. So.
And on Monday when we do our makeup class, I'll be taking out everything that they've made so far, and
Yay!
we'll be getting pictures with
Get some pictures,
everything that they've made so far, so we
pictures,
can share
you guys. Well. We can do a check-in, on my channel or with Dana, whoever wants to be a part of that. I'd love to do some check-ins and show you everything that's going on, keep you guys in the loop so that you can know where your donations are going and what they're going towards. That's so important to us. So. Yes, watches are great. If you make them 7x9, Adrienne said, they can go to Warm Up America for blankets. Yep, and I think Trevor, you mentioned also the Project Linus. You're hoping to get linked
Project
up with?
Linus is a nonprofit out in Boise, and I've been in contact with them. I'm also open up to any other, places to donate. The thing I liked about Project Linus is that they would take all the items and then distribute them. It's not going all to one place. They get to distribute it to wherever the need is, but it is for Project Linus does donate to children only, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, Prim type hooks, awesome. And Doris said, if I win the Elfin Squares giveaway, I'll be shopping for you guys. Oh, that's sweet. Nice, Doris. Yeah, the address is right there, you guys, and it's much faster if it flows through me. And this is an external box that I've opened up to keep everything, private and stuff like that with my own real address. And I can then just drive right to the post office, get those donations, and go to the class with them. And we may have to get a cart. I'm hoping sometime we're going to have to really they're going to have to get a few guards to help us with these things, because there's going to be so much yarn. They're going to be like, listen, that's enough. I want to overwhelm these guys with the community's generosity and give them excitement that people care about them and they're not forgotten in this program, that you don't go away and get forgotten, because these folks yes, they are in prison. They are there for a reason, right? But it's not for a punishment. That's not the point. The point is to give them hope. Hope is more powerful than punishment to me. So, yeah. Just
hope and rehabilitation. That's what we're about.
Thank you so much. Yeah, just sent a small order to your address. Nancy, thank you. Just sent a small order to your address, safety eyes, fiberfill, and a paperback amigurumi book. Yay!
Yes. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much, Nancy.
And I'll take pictures of the guys with all the donations.
I'm so excited to see their face. You guys, they're going to be so thrilled. I wouldn't be surprised if some tears were shed. They're like
little kids in it. They're like little kids in a candy shop.
They are really, yeah. These are the most grateful people I've met in a long time, honestly, because I've been around others in other class settings that are just like, oh, this is taking too long. Oh, crocheting is hard, whatever. There's never somebody that's saying that. They're just hopeful and excited. They know it's going to take them investing and practicing, and man, they are putting in the work. So they're not fooling around. When I wrote that little, you come with an attitude to learn, they took it seriously. They are really putting in the work. This is what you all dream of in a class setting where people are really invested and excited. So yeah, I love that we, and this kind of thing, addiction or whatever, it touches a lot of people in the United States. So whatever reason they're in there, I bet that somebody knows someone, like Trevor was saying, there's people are going to be put back into the community, these folks, and we want them to be encouraged, not discouraged. So
yep.
Yeah.
Majority of people in prison will get released.
That's what a lot of people don't remember or realize. It's oh, right. Yes. And that's the point. You want them to have a skill, have something to do with their spare time. Is it going to be their job? Maybe not. Right. But they're going to have something to do with their spare time.
It's possible though. I mean,
it's possible.
That's part of what we do here on this channel is we're looking for ways for them to actually get what they're worth. That's one of the goals of this channel is to find those avenues for them. But even if that's not their goal, I mean, just think of how rewarding they have this to have this skill and something to do.
And it's something that they get to also share with the Parole Commission.
Oh, right. Speak on that a little bit on how this can affect their future.
So it's the Parole Commission. they like to see what the guys are, how are they spending their time, right? Like, are you just doing your time? Are you just in prison just doing your time? Or are you making something of your time? Are you doing something to better yourself or better others? You know, and with this, they are able to do that. They're like, well, I'm learning a new skill. I'm, you know, donating to the community. And like I said earlier, they get to help each other. And here right now, it's, and I'm not joking when I'm saying they're choosing between getting high and doing crochet, and they're choosing crochet. We had some guys, like, I think 4 guys got sent out of here in the last 2 days into the hole because they they got caught using drugs. And it's, what better, I mean, I really dislike the amount of drugs that are in here, and we're trying to work on getting it out. But the fact that these guys are choosing to crochet over use drugs, and not only that, but they're like, they're helping and being like, hey, just so you know, this is what's happening over here. This is where you'll find the drugs over here. And it's because they want to be able to crochet, and they don't want the crochet. They don't want this program taken away from them. So they're helping get the drugs out of here. They're choosing crochet over drugs. How awesome is that?
Yeah, it's more than just, you know, oh, it's crocheting, that's nice and fun. It's having a ripple effect on the whole block and the whole prison system, really. Like, the more people that are wanting to incentivize doing the right thing, the better everyone's life will be. And they don't want this taken away, because it does sound like it's pretty serious. Like, this is very much a privilege. So, and I didn't necessarily realize how much so until I was told by Trevor. So on our walks back, it's like, how far is it, Trevor? Is it like a mile? It feels like a mile.
So we're way out in the my unit. So from the parking lot to my office and back is a half a mile.
It's a half a mile. Okay. Yeah. So we have time to talk, you guys, like a little bit to and from. And that's where I get the little like sit rep from Trevor on how things have been going and exciting news and all that. And it's nice. I get to have some of my questions answered, because I don't have a lot of experience on this side of things. As a visitor, I did, but this is different. So I like hearing about how special this really is. So,
and they all know that it's something that can be taken away in a second. It just takes one person to mess it up for everyone. So they're working really hard.
Let's see, whether we have questions here. Would it be better to donate a lot of single color or single skeins of several colors? What do you think?
Anything you're able to donate. They are appreciative of anything that they're able to get.
They really are so good at coordinating colors, you guys, and like making the coolest combinations. So Diane, anything. We're just so appreciative of anything you can do. Order is shipping separate. Okay, cool. Nice.
In our common area out in this unit, we have a set of property lockers that they're meant to be the property restriction lockers. Like, if someone has something they're not supposed to have, they get locked in these lockers until it can be searched and sent to investigations or wherever it needs to go. And in this unit, we don't really need to use those lockers, and they haven't been used in quite some time. So I had I don't even know how many guys. I had a bunch of guys out there. I went out, took all the locks off the lockers. They went in there with their little spray cleaner and paper towels.
Oh, nice.
Lockers out, and that's where we're keeping the yarn. And it's the key for it is usually locked up in the box in the security office, but they want
the key to the yarn.
Often they need it so often. I got so tired of walking to the security office every single time they needed yarn. Now I check the keys out every day. Keys.
Oh, that's funny. There you go, the yarn keys. And so they can access it with the key then when they need to, or how does that work?
They're not allowed to touch the key or the lock.
Got it.
I open the lockers for them, hold on to the locks, and they can get the yarn that they need.
Awesome. And how have the 1 pounders, do people like tend to share those, or are they making the ones I donated, are they making stuff already out of them? Oh my gosh. See you guys.
Those were gone. So she donated, how many skeins of the 1 pound?
4 of white and 4 of black.
Yeah, they were. So those were taken up.
They were scrambling for them, you guys. They're like, and like just like the bag was out for 2 seconds and it was gone like immediately. So yes.
And they're like, oh, I can make this and I'm going to make this and this is what I'm going to do with this. And they have it like they have planned out in their heads, like all the things that they want to make. And they just need the supplies to do it.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I actually think we might even try to make some of those NICU octopuses that I sent you that pattern for. That's a big need in the community right now for the babies that are in the NICU. We're going to review some of the yarn requirements for that. I didn't look at it just yet, but you know, that's why it's important to have a variety so that we can kind of help out in these very specific ways as the need comes up. So yeah, that's basically what this live has been about, just talking about my program there and Trevor's help, all of us running it, me teaching the guys how to crochet, and our need for donations if you guys are able. Hooks, no hardback books, but books, please, and yarn, 4-weight yarn, acrylic, typically. But anything you've got that is in good condition, we'll take. But we're in desperate need because it's just the two of us, you know, and the community that's helping this program. So we donate as we can, but like Trevor said, he's been paying for hooks on his own and is getting the best that he can get. You know, there's 20 plus guys in this class. That's a lot of people, and that's amazing.
With 20 plus more wanting to be in the next class.
Oh, for real? Oh my gosh. Whoa. For real, man. Dana, where are you, girl? Like, we need to
I wish
get over here.
I wish I could be there. Oh, I would love to be
Look
a
at
part
that
of
list,
this.
you guys. Yeah.
That's one of the wait lists. Just one of them.
Wow. So if you guys have the ability to, we can receive shipments at that address that's posted there. Dana put it up in the chat and it's also on screen. It can go directly from yarn stores to that address. My plan is just go to that post office box. It's like a post office box, but not with the restrictions they usually have, and get the packages and bring it right in. And that gives us direct access pretty much to them and being able to have it used right away. And next week, we'll have some pictures to share with you guys of everyone's work and of them, what they're doing. But it's just really like quite a cool opportunity. So I'm just glad. I've done a lot of teaching in the Valley, like off and on, and it's fulfilling, right? But it's like different when it's something like this, where you know you're making a direct impact in someone's life. So
it's pretty cool.
Thank you so much for having me. It's so great to be there. And I'm so excited for Monday. I need to make my little single crochet swatch and go and I like want to get started on blankets and hats, and I'm raring to go as well. And everyone's learning so fast. Like,
except me.
I thought we would have stragglers. You too. I need to like say, all right, guys, like work on independently so I can help Trevor. We need to have some of our own meetups.
No, just teach the guys. They'll teach me later.
Yeah, they're doing great. Thank you, guys. Any other questions anyone has, put them in the chat. I will fill a box from my stash for you and send a handful of extra hooks. Christine, thank you so much. Wow. Diane, some yarn is on the way. Yes, thank you.
Way to go, Diane. Yes.
The holiday season, you guys, and that's usually the season we think about giving back to the community and to one another.
I'm a little teary-eyed.
I know. I've had to choke back a couple of times.
You guys are so sweet. I just love being able to. And can they have crochet magazines? What about magazines?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think anything in there would be a problem. I mean, and they've been looking at amigurumi. So thank you so much, Nancy, for sending some more Ami supplies, because these guys are animals, more animals.
Hey, my orders.
I plan to make it out to the Starbucks at the bench.
We should go together. I want to go too.
That sounds good to me. We'll set that up.
Yeah. Let's do it. Trevor and Kari, come to Starbucks. You know the bench at Yarnies will show some love. Yes, definitely. For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can post about it in there, and so they have a little heads up so that we can take it there. I know that place gets packed. There's a couple of Yarny meetups, around town here, and I think people they've been so receptive so far. So I will be able to send something after the 1st. Oh, thank you, Doris.
Thank you.
No problem. Hey, anything you guys can do, no obligation, of course. I just wanted to mostly tell you guys about what we are doing, because it's so special, and why keep something so cool a secret. So
right.
I wanted to spread the love. And if you guys were looking at your stash and going, all all right, I don't need to use this. Maybe I got extra. I'm done with this project. I got a few extra skeins. Throw it in a box. If shipping is concerned, please reach out to either myself or Dana can link you up with me, and we can make it happen, I'm sure, between us. So
I just found something on Amazon that I just placed an order for, sent to you, Kari, and it is I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna share the screen.
Yes, please.
So this is a 12 pack.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yay!
12 pack of Red Heart Super Saver, you guys.
Colors, yeah.
Colors, yes.
We need some colors.
So that is coming to you like within the next day or so.
All right. Yes.
A package of prim hooks.
Thank you, Dana.
These prim hooks.
You guys, yay!
Those are perfect.
And I couldn't help it. I had to get you an
What'd you do?
menagerie.
The menagerie dog. These are such cute animals, you guys. Like, do they have pictures of some of them? Look at them. Oh my gosh. They're so cute.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna have the best time ever making these little Amis. Oh my gosh, look at the lion. Stop.
That's Rufus. Okay,
So
and here we got Hank.
Variety.
Hank the Dorset down sheep. We've got Francis the hedgehog. Oh, and I don't know how to say that. Esme.
That's a very eclectic name.
And Noel the chipmunk, and so many others. I mean, it is all of these. And look at the bunny right in the front. Look at the bunny.
Oh my god.
We love the bunny. Yes.
I love the bunny. These are so cute with their floppier arms and legs too. It's great for kids to carry around. So I love those. Yeah. Anything you guys can spare, we are absolutely here for. The only restrictions so far are no scissors, please, and no hardback books. So
yeah,
those are only two main restrictions.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need yarn. We need
yarns.
What else? A quick pack of darning needles. Like I'm going to have some of these for class because I am going to get ready to teach a little more about finishing your work. Because this is not finished yet. And look at you guys. I mean, I hadn't even talked about this, but look, he tried to weave in his ends. It does move so we need to talk about darning, right? And weaving your ends in, but how sweet that they're even trying. Nobody in my class ever did this to try, just try something. Yeah. And they did their best. That's so cool. I love that. And, they're so creative.
Yes.
Stitch markers. I can get a good amount of stitch markers.
Can you mute me?
Oh, yeah. I think.
Let's see if I can. Hopefully. There we go. There we go.
Trevor's working today, you guys. He last minute was so kind to come up and talk. He's the leader of the band. He's the case manager at the facility. So he's been working so hard to get us up off the ground, and I'm just so glad to have found him. So for anyone, stitch markers, yes, Doris. So let's see. Do I have some in here? Well, I have the bigger.
Okay, sorry.
And I have that's my skin color. That's not going to work. It can't be the color of your skin. Skin tone stitch markers like the bulbs. I think even better, even better than this would be the plastic version of this.
The little plastic ones, yeah.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna have to get going in a minute.
Did we lose Trevor? What happened?
No, he's here. You're gonna have to get going.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
No, I can't see him.
Oh, I can see him.
I've got my boss coming up for a meeting.
I think those plastic.
Ooh, a meeting, huh? Well, you can tell her that she can come in anytime to our class.
I will.
And we 100% want to see her face because she's so cool.
Even the staff up in admin and some of the security staff are like, "Can I come to your class?"
Yes, please. Let them know the good news that we're receiving donations already. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, everyone. Sorry, I have to bounce out.
No problem.
Okay, thanks for coming in, Trevor.
Thank you for doing this. Thank you, guys.
We needed your input. Yes, thank you.
See you later. See you Monday.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Well, that was great.
What a great opportunity to meet Trevor. Yes. Stitch markers. Yep. Definitely the plastic ones. I think I have them over in my teaching bag. You probably have them.
I swear these are the best.
Yes. Exactly. Yes. That's a better option. They're blunt. Yeah,
Yeah.
Trevor came to say hello, and next week we'll hopefully do a little check-in, maybe if Dana would like, or whatever. I could do it. Whoever wants to. I'd like us to do it together because you're
Yeah.
so awesome to have me up. We can check in and show photos of everybody and then what they've made.
That
Do
would be
another
awesome.
midweek check-in or something like that. I'm going out on Monday this next week because it was on lockdown Wednesday.
Mhm.
And that's just happens, you guys. That's the nature of the beast, right? Like things can change.
Mhm.
I'm flexible. He's flexible. The guys are in good spirits about it. But it's the more often I can go out there, the better. Like it's up to me how often I want to go out. So I'm
Right.
happy to go as much as it makes sense for us. It's the holidays after all, but I want to bring joy to their lives. They don't need to be any more discouraged. They need to be
Right.
encouraged.
Right. Yeah. And with encouragement, if we can keep them out of depression, and keep them hopeful, then
Mm-hmm.
we don't fall into old habits. And I'm not
Yeah.
judging these guys. I'm looking at myself. If I don't feel like I got something, that enthuses me, that gets me, encouraged, then I'm going to fall into old habits, bad habits. So
Trevor, no. Elizabeth, that's he's not been on YouTube at all. It's probably his first time on anybody's live, I
that was
guess.
his debut.
His debut. Yeah, no, he's not on here at all. He's not connected to the YouTube community at all. It's me that's the one that's connected and bringing him here, kicking and screaming. He was like ready for anything there, though. I'm glad. But
That was last minute to bring him
know.
up. She's like, "Do you want to, what if Treasure?" I'm like, "Give him the link.
You're
Let's
serious?
do this." Yes.
Yeah. No,
And
Trevor's local.
normally when I do a live, it's like we need a good 20, 30 minutes
I
of
know.
warm up to get everybody in.
Bam.
Oh no, that didn't happen. We
Here
were
he is.
in.
Wasn't sure if he would be at work or at home or something. I should have figured he'd be at work because he does work a 9 to 5. So yeah, he kind of helps all the guys out with any of their concerns during the day, any of their release information. He handles that. So he is like their go-to. He's on the tier they live on. He's in their zone. He's very intimate with them, like in the knowledge of their comings and goings. He's the go-to guy for them. So he's giving me reports on how they feel about the class and how they're feeling in general. And their need is great. I'm amazed at how fast they're going through this yarn. I'm like blown away. Here I am, you buy like a freaking kit or something and you sit on it for a while. And these guys are just like, no, the time is now. We could all learn something from them.
It's like, I'm looking
Make that
back
yarn.
at my shower. I've got a shower stall in the motorhome. And I'm
Yeah.
almost waist deep, because I don't have water hooked up out here. So I'm using that for yarn stores. That thing is waist deep.
Wow.
And
Yeah. See,
those guys would love to have that much yarn.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely going through it. And thankfully, I have reached out to Premier. Happy to report they are sending a box as well. Thank goodness.
Mhm.
So, wow, like,
Yes.
you guys, Premier Yarns seriously is the best. Like, I've not received such a fast response from any company. So, thank you, Premier. You probably won't ever see this, but thank you. We're so grateful.
Yeah,
we'll send them a
they're
huge
not
thank
looking at
you.
my
And
channel. Sorry.
maybe not. Yeah, we'll send them a huge thank you note and a photo of the guys when we are able to take a photo, which hopefully is happening Monday. So I guess I better be like, photo ready. It's a very casual and fun environment though. Like they're so sweet. They're like, if they ever let any like bad words slip out of their mouth, they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Like I didn't mean to say that." They're just so nice. I'm like, you are not offending me. I've got tough skin.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
man.
And I've had a certain YouTuber laugh at me, like openly laugh at me and make fun of me in one of his lives because I have a Michael Jordan quote on my YouTube channel on the About page. And it's about learning the fundamentals first before you go on to greatness. But I was just thinking these guys wouldn't think that's a joke.
No, not at all. It's not a laughing matter to them. They're having a good time. They're talking. Honestly, you guys, like during class, I've had to say, like, if I start talking or hold my hand up, like, stop chatting because I do actually need to teach a little bit because they're so excited, talking to each other, like talking about crocheting. They're in little groups, like, oh, look at this, look at that. Oh, and I want to show you this. It's like a freaking Stitch meetup night, only with these guys. Like, you almost sometimes forget where you're at. A few times I was like, can I have a meal too? And then I'm like, oh, wait, right. That's not, yeah, we're here in a different place. Like I forget too, because it's so comfortable there and conversations flowing freely and community is happening. I think it's everything that you would hope for. So yeah, Denisha, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
awful. No one should laugh at anybody.
His name is Sean Cannell. And quite a while ago, I said, go look at my about page and tell me what you think. Because he's all about building your YouTube channel to make millions, right? And
Please.
that 40, 50-year-old, adolescent openly laughed at me. He goes, ha, 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 Michael Jordan Court for a bunch of old ladies in their needlepoint. I'm like,
yeah, well, now who's laughing? I mean, yeah, these guys are not old ladies, and this is not an old lady craft. It's something that you do with a purpose, and it's changing lives. Like it seems silly at first, but it's really not, you guys. It's keeping them out of depression. It's keeping them out of crime. It's keeping them out of the system, which is so overwhelmed anyways with residents. How do we change this? Yeah. How did I get involved? Great question. Well, the guest we just had on here, his name is Trevor. He posted in a local Facebook group asking for yarn donations because he was trying to get this program up and running. He is the person who works out the facility. And I got in touch with him, gave him some yarn. And then I said, you know what? I might be uniquely qualified because we have family members that have been in the system and I visited them before. Therefore, I've had certain clearances and like background checks done to visit and be in that area. So I said, if you're looking for anybody to help out, like I might be uniquely qualified and I would love to help. And I know how to teach crochet. So when I talked to him about that, I thought it was kind of like never going to happen. Like what would need to happen would be too great of a thing. And then it just did. And he's like, want to come tour the facility? So me and my husband went out to tour, see what was going on and see what, I mean, because Trevor was a stranger to me before I met him and got to know him. And it was at first a little bit of a crazy idea, right? Like who thinks of doing that? And then I went out and met the guys and all that changed. And I'm like, wow, what a life-changing opportunity. So here we are.
Didn't he post looking for some yarn donations or something in the Fiber Friends?
He did. Yeah, he was posting looking for yarn donations, trying to get like he said before, he was saying he was going to teach the class and or maybe even have other residents teach one another. And then I think that it was the warden and maybe the sergeant said, oh, we prefer if you have a teacher that could come out, we'd like that very much. And so it's more official, like you're getting community, somebody to lead the band kind of thing.
Because he's already got a job to do, right?
He's already got a job. And this guy works so hard, you guys. He's like, he'll be walking with me and people will come up to him. Hey, did you get my email? Hey, did you do it? It's like it's important, right? Because this guy's, their future is on the line a lot of times. So the better their behavior in this area, this is very low security. I've not ever seen a certain situation quite like this before. So I think this might be unique as well to this area. Like this is extremely low security. They can do things. They go to classes. They go to addiction classes and recovery classes, lifestyle classes. So it's more than just crocheting, but crocheting gives them an outlet to be creative. Also, while you're, oftentimes I think you think about what you've just heard in those other courses while you're crocheting. You're mulling it over. You're, thinking about your life, what's next for you. So it gives them a chance to really get that going and get their life planned out in a way that's constructive. So once I got in touch with him, toured the facility, I met the 4, now 5 or more helpers that we were going to have. Because I cannot teach 20 people how to crochet on my own. Can you imagine? I'd be like,
20 beginners.
20 beginners, you guys. This is definitely not in the course. This is not recommended. We're stepping outside of the recommendations to accommodate this special situation. But we're not talking about 1 or 2 here. We're talking about 20 plus. And Trevor was saying there's 20 more on the wait list waiting to get in. So what we're most needing right now that I'm involved and I've been teaching them, our helpers are helping. They go around. We even have a lefty helper. So there's a lefty student and a lefty helper. So if anyone needs help, that guy goes right to them. Because I'm not a lefty, I don't know. And I've said to them, I don't know everything. I'm not trying to be like, hey, do it this way. I'm the instructor, I'm in charge, like my way or the highway. I want a collaborative environment where people can show me a different way of doing things. And be like, hey, have you tried it this way? Okay, great. You know, if there is ever a question, I can absolutely like offer my expertise, but I'm not trying to be like, I'm the leader, don't do it any way but mine. So right now
And
our need is great.
Those kinds of instructors are, I just want to kick them out of the room. You know, I think there's a little level of arrogance there when people teach like that. It has to be my way or the highway.
Oh, well, you're not doing it right. That's ugly,
you're not doing it my way, so therefore you're doing it wrong. I have no use for those kinds
of course, there's like a standard, right? And that's why I took that course from the American Crochet Society. Like, I wanted to be sure I got that baseline refresh and know how to teach, because I would have started with the single crochet. I would have, and I would have been.
I used to.
It would have been incorrect to do that, and so I didn't know any better. And a lot of people have said, well, why aren't you? And I said, well, this course teaches a different way, and I actually think that's been why these guys have taken on to this so quickly. It's not,
and it includes like lesson plans and a syllabus for learning. So
I don't have to then spend my time writing out a lesson plan. That's hard work. I don't know what I just want to show up and crochet, and teach. I don't have the kind of like time or mental capacity to be like, oh, here's a whole syllabus. Selena has done the work for us in this course. So if you guys are interested in the course, like if you're wanting to do this in your community, reach out. A lot of the facilities like this, prison, have like regular email addresses just to get a hold of someone. If you can come up with a plan, I can't see why you wouldn't be able to pitch it to your people out there, and get yourself through the course, get those materials, and go out and teach. Start somewhere. Just because Trevor contacted me and I found him that way doesn't mean that you can't just reach out and make a plan. If you've got that in your area to do. For my own use, though, today, reason why I want to talk about it is because these guys are going through yarn faster than we can supply them. So yarn, hooks, books, darning needles, stitch markers. If you've got it in your stash and you're thinking, what can I do? I might donate it to Goodwill, or might just, get rid of it. So think about putting it in the mail for us if you can. There's the address. We could use anything at this point. These guys are making blankets, hats, scarves, donating them to the community and sending them to their kids. They want to give them a gift, They don't have the means to buy anything like fancy. So I got to write my own lessons, but I enjoyed being in that mindset. Yeah. Well, not me. I wanted it done for me.
It's all there and laid out as, a base to start from at least.
Structured.
Kari can go on and edit that as needed for any different situation. So,
and I have done that already. Like, I think the double crochet and single crochet is lesson 3 or whatever 4. It's all in one. It's meant to be taught at once. And I realized our time may be cut short at any point. Sometimes they do a recount in the middle of our class, and that means everyone has to leave. Like, class is over. If they could come in at any time and say, class is over and we're done. So I've kind of curtailed some of the double lessons into single lessons with a little tip and trick. I'll combine it with some kind of tip or trick to get them. If we have a little extra time, we can do that. If not, hey, I've got this one thing we're learning. I'm kind of taking it slow, because some guys have requested to go slow. So, and I've asked them, how do you learn? So we can be sure we're hitting all those benchmarks: visual learners, auditory, reading it, seeing the chart, learning the chart. Some guys said
the chart as they go. Yes.
I don't know if you know this. I just figured it was just because, but do you know why the T symbol for a double crochet, and then you have that like slash, in that little symbol? It has like this little,
I know that it's in there, but I don't remember. It has this little like
forward slash looking thing. And so one guy he's like, why did they make it that way? And I was like, oh, I think it's just because they picked a set of symbols to represent crochet, and this is the double crochet, that kind of thing. So teaching them about symbols so they can go on in the future and look at a chart and just make a blanket from a chart or a hat or whatever. And where do all these go? So we're taking it rather slowly in this course. We're not looking to race and get there fast. We're looking to get there well and complete.
Foundation work.
Yep, this address down here that you guys see on the screen is how to donate to this cause, to us, to the guys, to what we're doing here, because otherwise it's just me and Trevor trying to make it, you know, with our own funds, which don't go as far as we would like. So if you can, please, that goes right to me, and then I'm going to go basically pick it up from the post office, drive it to the facility. Me and Trevor will distribute into the stash. And it sounds like it's just like literally going so fast into the stash that we can't keep up. So they're going in, crocheting up a storm. Am I the only one spinning? Oh, yeah, I'm not spinning. Is it me? I think Dana's frozen, you guys. Hi, Mara. Good to see you. We're crocheters and crafters. Yes. Yeah, I agree. Well, Dana will be back soon, I'm sure. Thank you, Mara. Oh my gosh, that's so kind. That'll definitely go towards shipping and anything you guys can donate. Also for shipping, get in contact with me. And you can use whatever email address is available on here to Dana. I haven't opened up an email for this just yet. I'm not sure if I will, but yeah, it's just you. Maybe come back in and go back out again. I don't know. Is that possible? I don't know how this works. Yeah, thank you, Mara. I see a spinning wheel too. Thank you guys for coming too. I so appreciate it. It's quite the nice time to have you all here. And next time, I think Trevor won't be his last time on a live. So I bet you Trevor will come say hello. And Trevor's the guy who runs the program here that I'm teaching at. For anybody that's just coming in, the reason we went live today was to talk about me teaching at this facility. Oh boy, now it's just me. Woo! Me teaching at this facility. It's a men's minimum security prison. And they do like to crochet. There's 4 helpers that help me with the class. And otherwise, it's just me. Teaching them. So about 20 plus men. And there's more to come because it sounds like they're so excited they have a wait list. So it's her slow internet. Well, come back. I hope you come back because it's just me. This is our Christmas tree. We're in a rental house right now, but because we're waiting for our house to get repaired, it had a bad flood. But if you can donate, if you see things in your stash that are just languishing or you're not going to use them, there's the address right there. And that is a good place. You can send it directly from Premier, Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, whatever, right to this address. And then what will happen is I will drive to pick the packages up. And the guy who runs this facility, this address, like the post office area, he's made aware that it's coming. Like these donations are coming. So don't be afraid to send as much as you want. I'm ready for it. And so is Trevor. I'll take it right to them. And next week, Monday, I'm going to go for my class with the guys. It was supposed to be Wednesday, but there was a lockdown situation. So we had to reschedule. And when I go, hopefully I'll get some photos of everybody. I think there's some photo releases that will happen. And we can take some pictures of donations, their work, of me and them, everybody. They're so excited. Yes, join us in Discord, make things along. We're going to think of a make along with Dana. We have a Discord. Let me see. Do you have a link to that already, Dana? If not, I bet you that I can maybe link it. Maybe not. Dana will put a link in the chat. I don't think I can. I'm not sure if I can do that. But if there's not already a link, I bet you there's a link in her description, you know. So Dana will put that in the chat and you guys can join the Discord. Of course, so the restriction, of course, is the guys do not have access to internet. No YouTube, no Discord, no nothing. We can play some videos, like instructional videos during class, but it's short, you know, like clips and stuff. I can demonstrate things on a screen. Yeah, but there's like a lot of guys. So it's so nice to have the helpers there to help me out because it's hard to get around to everybody. So yeah, thank you guys for coming. Oh, okay, cool. Yes, there's the Discord link. So please see Dana's link. Join us. We're thinking of like a project we could do together. Mara, you're going to like seeing this. This is my, look at my hat. It's my divine hat. I made it. My shelf. It's not finished yet, of course, but it's made of alpaca and merino. And it's got a little bit of the farm still in it, you guys. So it's got a really beautiful color though. See that color? So pretty. So I'm going to wash this up and bring it. Let's see. What do you guys think? Is it done? Do you think it's done? What do you make of this? I think it's done. It doesn't come all the way down my ears, but I do think it'll block out. It'll block out. It's going to grow. It's going to grow when it gets blocked. So I don't know if Dana's going to be able to make it back. So we'll kind of wrap things up and kind of recap the reason for today's live. I hope she can make it back, but that's what we're thinking, you know, starting on an Afghan. All of the items these guys make, they don't get to keep anything they make. So it's either going to be donated. There's some little octopus amigurumis that we're making for the NICU babies here locally. They either have to donate it or send it to their families. And of course, as you guys might imagine, like most likely it'll be donated because they don't have a ton of funding to be able to just ship things, you know, all the time. So right now during the holidays, it's important that we keep their mind on things that are positive. So, okay, yes, she's not coming back. So I'll just wrap it up by saying, if you have any ability to donate, we so would appreciate that. Hooks are allowed. We just had the guy, Trevor, who runs the program, come on to speak about that because I wasn't sure if he'd received approval for these types of hooks with a metal piece. It is totally allowed. So we've been given the green light. So hooks like this, prim hooks, dots, etc. If you can find it, it's allowed. So we are in desperate need of different hooks. Some of the guys, you know, prefer this kind of hook and they're struggling to catch on to crochet because they don't have the tool that's best for them. So any hooks you have, any yarn that's in good condition, we're not looking for stuff that, you know, is falling apart, disintegrating, or coming unplied. That's used for stuffing right now. We've already received some of that, so we're using it as stuffing. Polyfill for amigurumis, safety eyes are allowed. Books, as long as they are not hardcover books, are allowed. So, and of course yarn, we're looking for mostly acrylic yarn, 4-weight, 3-weight, that kind of thing. Think of things that you would use to make hats, blankets, and things like that to donate. And amigurumi, that's what they're looking for. And colors, give us some colors. Black and white, also great. You know, anything and everything you guys have sitting in your stash, or you can order it from a website, Premier, Kirshner's, whatever, and ship it right to this address. Kari's Threads of Hope, 3327 North Eagle Road, Suite 110-165. That's my box number, 165 in Meridian, Idaho. That's coming to me directly. What's going to happen is I will go and get those donations and take them on the day I go in. And Trevor and I will distribute them to the guys. We're going to get some pictures. So pictures are coming soon. And yeah, so plain aluminum hooks, Dana added, good point, Dana. They don't care for the plain aluminum hooks. Right now, the guys, that's what Trevor was able to purchase. And the guys were like struggling with those. So, you know, if you can find ones that are like this, or like this, or the prim hooks, or like dots, etc., that's better choice. Yeah, something with a good handle. Plastic darning needles, yes, but also, you know, I don't know if I have it here right now. Stuff is hard to pick up. This is also allowed, you know. Essentially, it's a blunt tip, right? It's still like I think this is metal, aluminum body. I like the bent tip. It's nice to slips through the yarn nice, you know. But I think that the one thing I would say maybe not so helpful are, you know, you guys probably know those super big plastic darning needles. They're huge. Those are not as nice for the variety of things we're going to need it for. So, you know, things like this, great. Something kind of with a slick body so that it's not so big it can't go through 4-weight. I haven't seen those in a long time, but when I did, I was like, oh, what am I going to do with this? So thank you guys for coming. Anybody else have any questions before we end today's live? We'll be doing a check-in after I see the guys. I was going to tell you that, but there was a lockdown, so I couldn't go Wednesday. So today's was a little different. And thank you to those who have donated. Mara, with your super chat, thank you so much for anything you guys can contribute. Sounds like those of you who have already placed orders, I so appreciate that. We're in need. This is like, for them, this is life-changing. Trevor was speaking about it a little bit earlier, but there's a drug problem in this community of this residents in this particular area. And if they can choose crocheting over using, like so far, they're doing that. And it's with more yarn that we can keep this going. So they can continue to choose that option instead of the negative option, right? Yes, thank you. I will tell them good luck. And I'm glad they're learning. Yes, I will tell them that they have a community behind them, because it can get lonely, you know? It can get lonely in there. Another option for the plain aluminum hooks is the foam cover. Yes, and I have some of the, I guess they're pencil protectors as well, and the jelly ones and the foam ones. So, however, a few times I found that they're just too, like the 5mm hook is too small to make a difference. When you put that on, it's like a pencil is even thicker than a hook. It's kind of weird, but I will try to experiment with ways to make those work for sure. Thank you guys for coming. We've been on for about an hour and a half. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna go and work on class materials for today, because Monday's coming up and it'll come sooner than we think. And I am just so excited. And I might see you, Adrienne, if I go out to the meetup. Adrienne is maybe still on here. See you guys later. It was so good seeing everyone. Are you coming back, Dina, or you want me to end this? Tying rubber bands. Yeah. Tying rubber bands. I'll try that. Thank you for the tip, Christine. And thanks for calling that out. Don't forget the address if you want to donate. Okay, cool. Well, Damon's giving me the go ahead. She has internet issues, so I'm going to say goodbye. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you for coming, and I'll check in either my channel or with Dana. See you later. Bye, everyone. Bye. See ya.